Hey, it's John with Riley's Uniques again. I wanted to go over 5 things that are quick sellers that you could put in your booths and make money on them. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I would say, obviously, are records. Records are in and they're hot right now. It can't just be any type of records though. It has to be something that's popular and something people want. I go into a lot of booths and I see a lot of crates of just classical, gospel, country, and they're popular people and people you've heard of, but just not really anybody's buying it. You see totes of it at Goodwill also. I found that metal, rock, popular pop music does well, jazz and blues. And I've had good luck with bluegrass too, because you don't see it as much. And I've seen a lot of bands infuse bluegrass with their music, so it's becoming a little bit more popular. And these are 2 good examples. That one's a little rough, but I'll still be able to sell it. It's a good album. But this one, I bought this one for the cover. I thought the cover was cool. I had no idea who they was. And then I looked it up on eBay, and the sold listings were really high on this album. So sometimes you get lucky, and I think I paid $1 for this album, and it was worth the risk of getting it because I liked the cover, and it turned out it was a pretty decent find. But some of these, like that carousel, I like the cover of it, so I bought it. And some people want to frame this stuff and put it on their walls. As long as I can sell it between $3 to $5, I'm good. And like I said, jazz is always a good seller. Folk rock music, like Bob Seger, REO, America. They're all good, fast sellers, and you can get them cheap and sell them cheap. Good place to find these are at yard sales and flea markets. A lot of people have crates of this stuff that they've gotten out of storage unit or somebody's basement. And a lot of times they're selling for $1 a piece, unless they see something like an AC/DC or something they grew up with, and they'll want a little bit more, but I'm willing to pay, like about $5 for something like that and get $10 or $15 for it. Another thing that does well for me is railroad items. And I usually end up picking up some of this weird stuff, like a cooler. I got a thermos that I found. This is a little newer, but it's still, it's stamped with Norfolk Southern. That's probably a $40, $50 thermos by itself without the stamp on it. But I think I only have like $25 on it, because I got a good deal. And nope, $20. And that's something somebody could use. And then if they're a railroad fan and they still have the railroad emblem on it, then you have like little boxes like this. I can pick these up. I find them every now and then for $1 or so a piece. And, I'll try to sell something like this for, $5. Somebody don't have a lot of money to spend on railroad items. These are good items here. So if you come across railroad items, especially the signs, the lanterns, things like that, the keys and locks, those are bigger money. They probably sell a little easier than this little stuff, but this little stuff does go good because it's reasonable. So make sure you're looking out for railroad items, and you'll turn a quick buck. Cool pictures with trains go well with the railroad. And here's 2 cups I had found too. And I got these pretty reasonable. I think I got like $10 a piece on these. But I thought they was neat. They're from '84. A railroad fan would like to have these. Another good thing I would say are like these willow tree figures. I find these at yard sales all the time. And you can get $10, $15 a piece out of these. And some of them more if they're more rare, but You know, you can find these at yard sales for like $1 a piece if you just look on the junk tables that you come across, and they're just plain little wooden figures with no faces. People love these things, at least in my area. So these are quick sellers. They're stuff you can pick up cheap at yard sales, or sometimes even like Goodwills or thrift stores. You can bring them into a shop like this, and people are coming in all the time looking for these. Another good one that I've seen selling really well are Longenberger baskets. If you can get these at a reasonable price where you can sell them reasonable, these do really well. The shop I'm at and I help with, we sell bukus of these things every month. And everybody that has them in here, this isn't the only vendor with them, but everybody that has them in here has really reasonable prices on them that they'll move, and people are still looking for them. A big one for me is local advertisement items. If you can find stuff that's stamped with local, former local businesses, a lot of them would send out for banks, or ashtrays were a big one, yardsticks, some signs and thermometers, and they're really cool pieces that a lot of collectors collect because it reminds them of their childhood. Then you have some pieces like H&C Coffee or Clover, or like dairy products or cigarette products that they had a factory in the area and they stamped their stuff and they put the location where it was made at. Here's a Clover bottle that was made in Rafford, Virginia. And then there's also Roanoke. Rafford's more desirable in my area because it was a smaller plant and there was less product made there, and Roanoke had a lot more stuff, so more people look for Rafford. Good ones are like local places that existed, like amusement parks. Before that was a circus poster. It was stamped Roanoke, Virginia. This was an amusement park in Salem, and everybody's that's my age went there and had a lot of fun, a lot of memories. So these do very well. And then there's the map to it. It's a one-of-a-kind piece. If you can find one-of-a-kind piece signs of local businesses, that's even better because there's only one of them. So those are big money right there. If this video was helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel and give me a good thumbs up. And I'm going to be making more of these 5 items to put in your booth that sell well. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Have a good day.